We're going to read another part of Wonder. This is Miranda's part, so it's part 7. Camp Lies. My parents got divorced the summer before ninth grade. My father was with someone else right away. In fact, though my mother never said so, I think this was the reason they got divorced. After the divorce, I hardly ever saw my father, and my mother acted stranger than ever. It's not that she was unstable or anything, just distant, remote. My mother is the kind of person who has a happy face for the rest of the world, but not a lot left over for me. She's never talked to me much, not about her feelings or her life. I don't know much about how she was like when she was my age. I don't know much about the things she likes or doesn't like. A few times she mentioned her own parents, who I've never met. It was mostly about how she wanted to get as far away from them as she could when she had grown up. She never told me why. I asked a few times, but she would pretend that she didn't hear me. I didn't want to go to camp that summer. I wanted to stay with her to help her through the divorce, but she insisted I go away. I figured she just wanted the alone time, so I gave it to her. Camp was awful. I hated it. I thought it would be better being a junior counselor, but it wasn't. No one I knew from the previous year had come back, so I didn't know anyone, not a single person. I'm not sure why, but I started playing this little make-believe game with the girls in camp. They'd ask me stuff about myself, and I'd make things up. My parents were in Europe, I told them. I live in a huge townhouse in the nicest street in North River Heights. I have a dog named Daisy. The one day I blurted that out, that I had a little brother who was deformed. I have absolutely no idea why I said this. It just seemed like an interesting thing to say. And of course, the reaction I got from the little girls in the bungalow was so dramatic. Really? Sorry, that must be so tough, etc., etc. I regretted saying this the moment escaped from my lips, of course. I felt like such a fake. If Via ever found out, I thought she'd think I was such a weirdo. And I felt like a weirdo, but I have to admit, there was a part of me that felt a little entitled to this lie. I've known Augie since I was 6 years old. I'd watch him grow up. I'd play with him. I watched all 6 episodes of Star Wars for his sake, so that I could talk to him about the aliens and bounty hunters and all that. I'm the one who gave him the astronaut helmet he wouldn't take off for 2 years. I mean, I kind of earned the right to think of him as my brother. And the strangest thing is that the lies I told, these fictions, did wonders for my popularity. The other junior counselors heard it from the campers, and they were all over it. Never in my life had I ever been considered one of the popular girls in anything. But that summer in camp, for whatever reason, I was the girl everyone wanted to hang out with. Even the girls in Bungalow 32 were totally into me, and these girls were the top of the food chain. They said they liked my hair, though they changed it. They said I liked the way I did my makeup, though they changed that too. They showed me how to turn my t-shirts into halter tops. We smoked. We snuck out late at night and took the path to the boys' camp. We hung out with boys. When I got home from camp, I heard Ella right away. I called Ella right away to make plans with her. I don't know why I didn't call Via. I guess I just didn't feel like talking about stuff with her. She would have asked me about my parents, about camp. Ella never really asked me about these things. She was an easier friend to have that way. She wasn't serious like Via. She was fun. She thought it was cool when I dyed my hair pink. She wanted to hear all about those trips through the woods late at night.